Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Milo here, being joined by,
You know,
and today we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. What time is it? It is 7:19. Before we get started, can I just say thank you for actually setting the clock full time you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it. We are actually taking the time to set the clock. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the time you're setting is correct. Well, tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the time you want. Alright, let's get back to the video. You ready?
yep.
So this time we're starting off. So last time we went ahead and did the correct path through and got the 4 ending. Well, actually, there is another ending in the boss's office. We got the 4 endings when you go down the elevator, but there is another involving the elevator. So I'd say
This is the story.
we're gonna skip that this time because I don't want to listen to it again.
Have y'all done the line?
All of his
What?
co-workers were gone.
What?
Have y'all done the pathing and ending, like the line ending?
Not
What could
yet.
it mean?
We've
Stanley
only
decided to go to the
gotten-
meeting room.
so we
Perhaps he had
got-
simply missed a memo.
We got the corrected, like just follow what the narrator says and everything and get that ending. We did the joke ending of like getting the room closet blocked off. We did the countdown ending. We got the bottom of the mind control facility ending, and then got the museum ending. We're gonna start off. We're gonna go to.
You haven't done the do nothing ending yet? That you just got waiting.
No, because we're doing it in an order. We will get there.
I didn't know there's an order for this.
There isn't. I just chose one. But for this one, we're gonna get the final office, as far as I'm aware of, the final ending involving the boss's office, and then we'll go get the first ending involving the new content stuff, because we have gotten that unlocked already.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Game? Hello?
I thought my disc heard this on. Nope, that's definitely the game.
Yet there was
Okay.
not a single person here either. Feeling a
You've gone too
wave of
fast.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Reset
up to
this,
his boss's
'cause we
office,
did have it
hoping he
locked
might
off.
find
It
an
was
answer
locked off when we got
there.
that ending.
Yeah,
Isn't there an
Coming to
ending
a
when you go
staircase,
down to?
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
so, yeah.
office.
We'll get there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk
What is the
guarded the
passcode? I
terrible
forget.
truth
I keep
that his
forgetting.
boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an
457?
extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course,
2845
Stanley
is
couldn't
definitely
possibly
right.
have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
You did
Amazing.
put in
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
We gotta go down, then back up, then down, then back up, until it just keeps going up. He gets annoyed and just.
I think I've seen this ending, so that's gonna be fun to see.
This is one of the first endings I got the first time I played this. Did a playthrough of this.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Because he slowly gets more and more just annoyed.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
He's already annoyed.
Yep. It's so funny.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me. Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Oh gosh, that scared me.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come... Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
He hasn't said anything yet.
You know what? I just thought of something.
And now we got it.
Hold on, let's stop for a minute. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be
Zeno,
at the
are you
top
alive?
of this elevator, but the suspense,
Yeah, I'm here.
the agony of
Okay.
waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I
Yeah, it's
simply
a-
don't want to let that
it's all-
feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
What?
I had to set up push to talk for Discord because I know how background noises on my part will be.
Oh.
So yeah, I have push to talk now.
Good
so every
job.
time I need to talk, I press V.
Nice.
Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Well, fast and
There we
loud.
go. Isn't this so much more exciting, you know, Stanley? It seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
Oh, no.
Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact
We're
you have
still
on them.
moving
This
up.
is the kind of
Still.
gesture
Yeah.
that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
I don't think I should be allowed to run on like no sleep and 2 monsters.
Hmm?
I don't think I should be allowed to be running on no sleep and only 2 things of monsters.
Brr. Even with world
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
The Minecraft door effect, sound effects.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
My ears?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
My ears and
ears.
eyes. Okay, I know you
Hmm?
next. I know you want to do the DLC ending stuff next, but can I request we do the line ending? It's my favorite ending.
How do I get the line ending actually?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The wrong door. To the left, you go to the right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let me actually pull up. I originally had a Steam page pulled up of all the
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Let's see.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all
I not
in.
want to tell him twice and then go down something and like get completely lost.
Yes, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't know if you realize this, you walk into a door.
Yeah, I noticed. I actually don't know how to get the line ending. This is why I wanted to get the Deluxe and the DLC endings. And then go figure out how to get the rest of the endings. I just want to get the first, at least, like, where you just go through, and you go through the thing, and then you restart. Like, I just want to get that one first. And then we can go figure out how to get the rest.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go.
Okay. Say it out!
I forgot the press to talk. I said okay. I'll
To the
listen
meeting room.
because
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because I know because you can get the new content, but I just wanted to get the first new content.
Oh,
then
new
we can
content?
go get
What does that mean, new content?
We can go try and get the line ending.
I just wanted to see if I remembered it, like, at all.
We'll find out. Because I can't find the page I had, so I gave up.
Alright.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Or another elevator trip. Let's go up and down again.
I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
The jump circle!
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
The amount of jumps is different.
Is it?
It was 20 last time, right?
I don't know.
But look, you can see them.
I won't recommend using all of them. Please stay.
I'm not going to, and I know why, because there's...
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Get it? At least as far as I was aware of, to get one of the endings is
That's it?
it's actually.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fanbase rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I think we actually have to.
What?
No, I was like, I think we got it. I don't think there was an option to not.
To not what?
I forget if force resets yet, but it does stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. There. Oh yeah. There's an ending that you literally have to press a button for 2 hours, and then, well, for 4 hours, but 2 hours in, the second button spawns, and you have to go back and forth between the two for another 2 hours. We're gonna get that ending.
Okay.
I just don't know if I actually record the entire thing or if I'll just be like, okay, I'll be back. Okay, so we got the ending now.
I know it's going to be cut from. It would have to be cut.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so
what's the
you
layout here?
you
What
get two
happened?
endings. You get one from going up there and one from actually going in the vent. But we're gonna first go get this one.
Come over here. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well,
Nope.
fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to
Or
business,
does it just
Stanley
bring
took the
you-
first
I
open
think it
door on
does
his
actually
left.
let you get a different ending. Well, I'm gonna do a pretty simple ending then.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
See ya.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
They said it the first time. We should have listened to it.
I thought it actually gave you a different ending, but I don't think it did.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
You're sus.
Wait. Ding ding. Wait. I actually had to think of what the Among Us sound was. Like I forgot for a sec. Dun 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 dun.
I'm tone deaf. I can't.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying.
What?
I know how it sounds, but I'm tone deaf, so I can't really mimic it.
You're tone deaf?
Yeah, in a way, I can't mimic tones real well.
This is the first you're telling me.
The new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be. Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
The Skyrim?
Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in a hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the Memory Zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
No, not the skip button.
Well, Well, yes.
That's actually a real
Yes, I think
review
we
on
can do
Steam.
that.
It's just
If
on
I'm
a
truly
different
too
date
preachy,
by a
then
different person.
maybe letting you
But it is
skip
a real
ahead
review,
for
and the
just a
person who
moment
played the game
surely
for like
couldn't
20
hurt.
minutes went, no.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
Right,
Only
at all.
positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Let's make it 24.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have
There's
someone to
someone you
talk to
died.
again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us.
There's no longer a door.
There's no longer lights.
There's also no longer a narrator.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be
Never
funny.
mind,
It was
back.
meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, enter.
I'm waiting for the roof to collapse.
Yeah. Where'd the pot come from?
The end is never the end, is never
It was
the
on the wall.
end, is never the 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 end, is never the
end. It still hasn't? I feel like it did already by now.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's like 2, 3 more times, maybe.
Nope.
There's the collapse in.
We have light again.
There's light. I think one more
Let
time.
there be light. Ah, nature has claimed it. It's claiming it back.
Nice.
Or not.
Well, it was. And now they.
What is that sound? Oh,
More punk league. Oh, waste.
actually, this ending is literally just stand here and just talk the song
Honestly, can you even work for tools like that?
Nope, the song ended.
Amazing.
The end is loading. End is never the end.
Is loading ever.
So...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so wait, how do you think we have to get the line ending?
Okay, you go left, and then you listen to
Yes, the new comment.
the new contact.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
And here we are.
From here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I love this one.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
I think that's what this ending is.
Do what?
I think this is the confusion ending, going through that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, it's the confusion ending.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I think this does give you the line, but it's the this is the confusion ending.
It gives you the ending, yeah. It gives you the right ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It is the confusion ending, and it is the correct ending, so...
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
I get some cheese.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Do what?
Hang on.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
I got cheese.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall whether I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
No.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
There you go.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
The line doesn't even know where it is.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What?
I said now for the reason I like the ending, because of the song.
So you see how it's like, you can see the stairs right there?
Yeah.
You can see it right here. I have to pause it so you can hear me. With music.
Yeah.
Right here, right? So it's obviously this very short area.
Yeah.
What? Aww. No, I like going through it, it glitched.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Oh?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Count all the leaves.
No.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
You're doing the exact opposite. You're doing nothing but acknowledging it.
Aww. I can't follow it up there.
Yeah.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with a counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
What logic is
Another
that?
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
On the
I
sixth
won't
restart,
do
let's
it.
find the line again.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean,
If I
did we
remember,
do it?
though, it's
Did
actually
we break the cycle?
the narrator
Whatever it is that
restarts
made
the
this schedule?
this one.
How would we even know?
The fourth
Will
restart is the
someone
one
come
we're on,
first?
and that is
Will something
doesn't
happen?
actually.
I know. But
So,
I was reading the actual
okay.
thing. I like how the sixth one says, find the line
I
again.
guess now we just wait. You know,
Yeah.
I suppose in some way
There's
that
no
this is a
longer
kind of
office
story, wouldn't you
complex
agree?
games wander in the book
I'm not quite
box,
sure
find
if we're in the
restore,
destination
get rid
or
of
the
narrator
journey, though they're always saying that life is
Narrator
about the
is
journey
gone
and not
very
the destination.
long,
So
and
I hope
died.
that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
After a
Eventually.
long time, Stanley died.
Well,
Oh
in the
no.
meantime,
That sound.
That scared me.
I know. Are we doing the button ending right now? What about the glitch ending?
What glitch ending?
Okay, go out the door.
Okay.
Go to the left.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Can't you get
No
on
matter
one of
how
these?
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, this one's a glitch ending. You gotta figure a way to get up there and then go through the window.
How? Oh, that's how.
And now you're just stuck. You gotta wait.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and
I do know, though, that with this, if you have the bucket, this ending doesn't go like this. You instead murder the bucket.
Yeah, no, the bucket does. The bucket changes all of the endings, so we gotta get
Not all
all
of
the
them.
endings again.
It only changes some of them.
It does most.
But I find it funny you just get to murder the bucket.
Yeah. So
realized
after
it
we
was
do
part
this,
of the
we
game's
gotta redo a lot of these endings, but with a bucket.
I want to get basically all of the endings and then get the bucket and go through, because that's just the way I
Yeah.
am.
design
But
all
that's
along.
really how the game
He then
intended.
praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural
My leg
narrative
is falling
tropes.
asleep.
So, now that you're here, what do you think?
I do want to do
Isn't
the
this a
pit
fun and
earlier.
unique place to be?
Oh my god,
Oh,
Why
yeah.
don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Do I have to manually restart this one?
I don't remember, but I want to say walk up to the yes and see what happens. If none happens, then just reset
Yeah.
yourself, or you gotta wait a couple
I'm gonna
minutes.
go ahead and just...
I don't
And-
remember that one much. I just remember it's a thing.
And we've already been playing for about an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and end part 2. And probably immediately start part 3, because I'm having fun playing. See y'all next time!